more coming back to the program, and here are our regional updates, starting with Myanmar, as the country announced the abolition of its U.S. dollar proxy currency in the latest step towards economic normalization as the impoverished former pariah opens to the world. Myanmar Finance Minister Win Chien revealed that more than $30 million worth of foreign exchange certificates will be phased out of existence, though he did not give a time frame for the move. The currency introduced by the former junta 2 decades ago as an alternative to the U.S. greenback, which it officially banned, is no longer required. Economists welcome the move, which was expected as part of the country's economic liberalization. Many government ministries conduct their financial affairs in foreign exchange certificates, while certain transactions involving customs, including the purchase of foreign imported cars, require the currency. The kyat is the primary currency of Myanmar and is used everywhere, although many hotels and other tourist-focused enterprises also accept dollars as an alternative. A Myanmar economic expert at Australia's Macquarie University said the announcement could be a new test of public confidence in the government's handling of the economy. In the past, movements like this have caused panics, but perhaps there is greater trust in monetary arrangements now, as those holding FECs would rush to convert them to dollars.
And we continue with this topic for more insights from an expert about what will happen with the banking sector as it prepares for this new change that is coming for the Myanmar Focus Daily Report.
The recent report said Myanmar Parliament has approved to abolish the Foreign Exchange Certificate or FEC, which is a substitute for US dollar used in the country. After having a complicated three-currency system, just FEC and US dollar in the country for decades, this is seen as an interesting step for Myanmar to standardize its economy. We will take you to learn more about the FEC. We got the opinion of Deputy General Manager of Cooperative Bank.
FEC was firstly introduced in 1993 when the military junta released it in a bid to get foreign currency from tourists and foreign investors. The main purpose of the military junta was not to use the US dollar within the country. The military introduced the FEC in order to the public to be used instead of dollar, and as well as for the convenience of the local business people, such as exporting and importing, and foreign tourists and investors. But demand for the US dollar by the country reinforced the currency exchange market was rising, leading to the growth of a black market. However, Myanmar President Thein Sein sent a message to the parliament about the inconvenience of public for using FEC for the business purposes as well as for the tourists. Another point that leads to the abolishment of FEC is the pressure to speed up financial reforms ahead of the formation of the ASEAN community in 2015. The decision to drop FEC is likely to have a positive effect on the people, but the local bank also has to prepare themselves to support with the change. We will hear more from a representative of Cooperative Bank.
Is ready for this program. It is no problem in our bank because if FEC is equivalent in US dollar value, so if the FEC are collected by the government, we have any problem. We have any problem because most people are using US dollar in Myanmar. FEC is only used in government office, so it is no problem among the public. FEC is copied from the China method. In the China, after they succeed using US dollar in China, the China government collected the China FEC. So in our Myanmar now, last year, past April, $1 equivalent to over 800 jets. So it's mean the US dollar is equivalent in the market price and floating right. So in this time, the FX is no need because our government declare US dollar can be used officially in our bank. So it is the time to collect FEC by the Central Bank of Myanmar. So after collecting the FEC, we have no complicated between US and FEC. So as my point of view, it is better program for our country economic. In my conclusion, this is very good significant and the very good milestone in financial reform in Myanmar financial institutions.
The Central Bank of Myanmar, government banks and other private banks will cooperate on the abolishment of the FEC process. The confirmation of the abolishment policy will be announced very soon. That makes positive effects to the foreign investors who are keen to do business in Myanmar. Tin Yunue and Tamonton from 11 Media Group for Myanmar Focus Daily.
Moving on with Malaysia, as Bank Negara of Malaysia is liberalizing its foreign exchange administration rules to enhance the economy's competitiveness and further develop the domestic financial market. The liberalizing measures, however, will only come into effect around mid-2013, when the Financial Services Act and Islamist Financial System Act come into force. They include allowing residents to freely invest in onshore foreign currency dominated assets to spur the domestic foreign exchange market through greater demand for foreign currency products and services. Another measure allows residence operators to undertake investments abroad of any amount on behalf of their resident client, further promoting the development of the Islamic financial markets through greater flow of cross-border Islamic financial activities and greater use of Islamic financial intermediaries. Malaysia is an open economy, therefore the country should have a well-developed foreign exchange market to develop it, adding that the central bank had no plans to internationalize the ringgit at the moment. The movement of the ringgit remained orderly and driven by two-way flows of funds, with the currency recording a mixed performance against major and regional currencies last year. The annual report revealed that Malaysia continued to experience two-way capital flows last year, with foreign funds inflows registering 59.2 billion Malaysian ringgit, mainly attracted to the country's resilient growth. Measures that has also been taken to develop the foreign exchange market is the ringgit-yuan settlement, which allowed the direct use of both countries' currencies for trading purposes.
And now turning to next story from Laos, as national carrier Lao Airlines has purchased more aircraft in response to increasing passenger numbers as Laos becomes more closely integrated with the region and the world. A new Airbus A320 arrived in Vientiane this month, bringing the total number owned by the carrier to 4, while a new ATR will join the fleet later this month. An official said the Airbus planes will be used on the Vientiane-Luang Prabang route and international routes, and the ATRs on domestic flight only. In October this year, Lao Airlines will begin direct flights to Myanmar as part of the provisions for increased air connectivity within Ayeyarwady Chao Phraya Mekong Economic Cooperation Strategy, or ACMEC countries, to further spur tourism and business activities in the sub-region. Lao Airlines sees the great potential offered by the Myanmar route now that the country has opened its doors to foreign investment and tourism. The airline executive said the reason for opening the flight to Myanmar is not because they are specifically targeting passengers from Laos and Myanmar, but rather the demand from other countries like China, the Republic of Korea, and Japan. The number of tourist arrivals in Laos reached 3.3 million in 2012, an increase of 22% compared to the previous year.
We're going to take another short break as we come back with ADB warning Indonesia to be more of over-reliance on the banking sector.